But life still is a mystery. We have plans, and it doesn't quite work out the way that we thought it would. And what do we do? What do we do? How do we deal with that? How do we deal with that great mystery? And so I've looked at that. So often you're disappointed. You thought something was important, and you find out it isn't. And I started to think about that there's this invisible web that really connects more than we realize. It brings us together with people that are like kindred souls. I think of this concept of gathering our tribe of kindred souls. We reach out, we connect with somebody, and we realize, wow, we have something in common. We have the same spirit. We care about the same thing. We have the same longings. And that's what we do. We reach out. We find out that there is this web. We have the same values. We want to be loved. We want to love and be loved. And we start to reach out. There's this energy that's connecting us all. And I think the time when I really embraced this great mystery was one New Year's Day. It had been raining in Marin for 3 straight weeks. And the sun started to clear, and these friends had told us that the salmon were running in Samuel Taylor Park. And for some reason, I knew that I wanted to go out there and see that. And so I got up, and I after about 10 minutes, all of a sudden the sun came out. It hadn't been out for 3 weeks, and there was the most incredible rainbow. And as I drove over the hill out into the valley, I came to where my friend told me the salmon were spawning. And I saw a guy by his truck, and I stopped, and I stopped my car, and it was raining, and I said, do you know where the salmon are spawning? And he went like that, over there. And I looked, and I walked from where I was, and I walked down toward that creek, and I saw these incredible reddish salmon spawning in about 18 inches of water. And I thought about how miraculous that was. The salmon that are born at that spot, this was 10 miles from the ocean. We're going to make it to the river. We're going to be in an estuary where they got acclimated to the salt water. And then they were going to go in the ocean for a few years, make it back to that same estuary, and the ones that survive make it up to the stream. So I realized there was something else going on, and that was a mystery. And so when you think about there's a mystery, there's also the mystery is in terms of us to really discover what it is that we really want to do. What is it we really want to do? What are we here for? And there's this incredible quote by Mark Twain, who's one of my favorite philosophers. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did. So throw off the bowline, sail away from the safe harbor, and catch the trade winds in your sail. Dream, explore, discover. So what is it that you dream about that you put on hold? What are you going to explore about that dream? And what is that dream? What is that? What are you going to explore? What are you going to discover? And there's something that I want to leave you with, that Samuel Coleridge said it in the best way. And what he said was that, what if you went to sleep? And what if when you went to sleep, you dreamed? And what if when you dreamed that you went to heaven? And there plucked a strange and beautiful flower. And what if when you awoke, you had the flower in your hand? What then? What then? You have the flower in your hand. Enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark, for that great talk. I'd like to remind our radio audiences that we're listening to Mark Susno, the author of Dancing on the River.